Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Dave, and today we're gonna make the ultimate powerhouse keto salad, or the Keto Feast Salad, also known as, we're just copying a restaurant that I really like over in St. Augustine. It's like a 100-year-old restaurant, 120-year-old restaurant. And me and Tina will go there just for the salad. It is keto friendly, and I wanted to bring it to you guys so you could try it too. It has some ingredients I normally wouldn't like in a salad. Mind you, I generally only like pasta salad, but still, I do love a Caesar. But that's not super keto friendly because the Caesar dressing and the croutons, which are kind of a necessity with a Caesar. This one's more keto friendly, and I actually prefer it. So this restaurant has both, and I go with this one. They call it the 1905 salad because that's when the restaurant was founded in Ybor City, Tampa, Florida. So it's a 120-year-old restaurant. It's a restaurant called Columbia, and some B-roll of it or show a picture of it or whatever. But we love this salad, so I thought it'd be a fun keto idea for a video to actually remake this recipe at home, so I don't have to drive 45 minutes to get it. So we're gonna start from scratch, literally with just a head of iceberg lettuce that I should probably rinse. Hey, I think that'd be wise. Probably got like pesticides and stuff all over it. So let me rinse this off first. It's Walmart, so you know how that goes. Do I cut off the end piece? Probably. Let me cut off this end piece. I can count the number of salads I've made at home on one hand, which I should probably change, but you know, this would help actually if I actually had a good way to have the 1905 salad at home, because I love it. All right, so we got my Worcestershire lettuce here. I think I used the whole head. And I know, listen, if you're not normally a salad eater, I'm not either. I'm telling you, this is different. I don't even know how to chop iceberg lettuce, but I'm supposed to chop this, so I'm just gonna like kind of slice it up or something. Yeah, that's going pretty well. It's all wet though, because I washed it. And it made me think, isn't there a thing called a salad spinner that dries out your lettuce? That's probably what I need. Oh, insert ad for daveskitchenmarket.com. I bet there's some salad spinners over there. If you haven't checked it out yet, guys, you gotta go over to Dave's Kitchen Market. That's my website, it's mine. But not only is it my website, there's a bunch of cool people selling really cool kitchen stuff over there for really great deals. So you gotta check it out. We just added a $5 recipe book section. It's our cookbooks, I guess is what most people call them. How much do you chop lettuce? I don't really know. I'm just kind of going with it. I don't want to do it like a diced onion, I guess. So let's say that's probably good enough. What about all this junk? Do you get rid of this junk? Did you get rid of this stuff? Like the yellow stuff in the middle? I'm gonna get rid of some of this like hard stuff in the middle. I don't know what that is, but tell me if I'm supposed to do that, guys. It seems, we in this house just agreed that we should probably get rid of it because it's like kind of, I don't know, hard. Although some people might like that part, who knows? So okay, we got the lettuce chopped. We're gonna put it in here. We have $5 cookbooks, and you know, if you buy more than one from someone, you probably get a shipping discount, would be my guess. I know I put some up there that I personally have, and it was like $5 for the first book or something, and then $1 for each additional book you ordered for shipping, because shipping's just expensive. That's the way it is. And while that's cool and all, that kind of anytime you're thinking, ooh, I need kitchen stuff, you can go over to daveskitchenmarket.com, buy something for less over there. But the really cool part is the community aspect. See, look, I kind of got some of the water out of it just by lifting it by hand instead of like dumping it into the bowl. So that was a good strategy that I accidentally did. But yeah, over there's like a chat room, and what you have to do, here's the thing, you have to become a member. It's free. You go over there and you hit like join marketplace. You create an account and hit join marketplace. That way you can like participate in the chat. Like I'm in there talking, other viewers of the show are talking, you know, cooking enthusiasts, keto, all types of things in there that you can come and just hang out with us. And we're doing this challenge right now. Once we get to 1,000 members of daveskitchenmarket.com, 1,000 people that just hit that join button so that they can see notifications and stuff, we're gonna give away a $25 store credit. So make sure you go become a member. One of those members will be getting that $25 credit once we get to the 1,000 members. We're then supposed to, oh, I should wash it, but there's a tomato here. We're supposed to have 2 tomatoes. Tomatoes aren't super keto, so I'm only gonna use one of the tomatoes. And since it's a salad, it's pretty easy for you to determine, oh, maybe I should use like, the trick with tomatoes, guys, is a serrated blade, like this, like a bread knife. I'll cut them kind of big, so if that way if someone's on keto, they can just avoid eating the bigger chunks of tomato, or any tomato, because, you know, they're easily removable. And I know a lot of people have like a weird hatred for tomatoes. I have friends, a lot of friends, like 3 of them. That's a lot. I mean, not to brag about my 3 friends, but I have a few friends that love ketchup, love pasta sauce, hate tomatoes. It's a weird thing, but it's pretty common. I'm just putting this all in this bowl here if you wanted to see what I was doing off camera. But you got your iceberg lettuce and then your tomatoes. Now we're supposed to julienne some baked ham. As Yosemite Sam would say, I don't know what in tarnation that means. So I'm gonna have to look up what julienne some ham is. And I didn't really get baked ham, like I didn't buy like a whole ham, which is probably what they use at the restaurant. I just went to the deli and got some ham. It says half a cup of ham, or turkey if you want to substitute it for something a little healthier. That's definitely not all of that. That's probably just a few slices. Oh yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So when you go to the restaurant and get this salad, the ham in Swiss, because there's Swiss in this too, which I normally hate Swiss, but for some reason it's great in the salad, is cut in like stick shapes basically. So I guess that's essentially what julienne cut is. So we're just gonna do that julienne cut across this beef, or ham, not beef, beefy ham, like so. Ugh, my knife is not sharp, so it's struggling. So that's basically the idea. You want your ham like that. It says half a cup. This is 3/4 of a cup. That's okay. We'll do 3/4 of a cup of ham. Again, I'm just adding it to the top of my little salad here. I want to do the same thing with some Swiss cheese. Okay, so here's the Swiss cheese. Again, I got it from the deli, but we're gonna slice it in the same way, kind of just these, long things like that. That's literally how they do it at the restaurant. And I am telling you guys, I hate Swiss cheese. But for some reason, the juxtaposition, word of the day, of flavors in this recipe makes Swiss cheese somehow delicious. I don't know if I use that word properly, but if I didn't, let me know in the comments if I nailed it with the juxtaposition word. But I don't know, I feel like very few people are gonna click this because it's a salad. Like, what could I do to make this salad clickable? That's why I was trying to come up with like a fun name instead of just the 1905 Columbia restaurant salad. I was like, what if I called it like the Keto Feast Salad? I might do that. That's pretty catchy, Keto Feast Salad. That's pretty good, it's not bad. And it is like a feast, it's totally a whole meal. So this was like ranked by some restaurant reviewers as the #1 salad as a meal restaurant, which literally is what me and Tina will do. We'll go and just get this as the meal because, it's the best thing there, honestly. All right, so we got our ham, we got our Swiss cheese. Oh, let me show you the inside of the bowl again, keep you updated. It looks awesome and delicious. We're now gonna take some Spanish. Is there a difference? I tried to order Spanish green olives. I got Spanish queen olives. I don't know if those are the same. Let me look. They're pimento stuffed. Dang it, Walmart guy. He messed up my order a lot, I will say. Do I even want to do that? Let me see if I can use those. I don't know. ChatGPT says I can use these, but they changed the flavor profile, and I don't really want to change the flavor profile, so I might leave them out. You want Spanish green olives. A 1/4 cup of them diced up in there as well. Since I have the wrong thing, I think I'm gonna not use it. I don't wanna mess up the flavor. I really like the way it tastes normally, and I think that the pimento and stuff is just kind of weird. Isn't pimento a cheese? I'm so confused. All right, up next, technically it says we're supposed to use a 1/4 cup of grated Romano cheese. I could not find full-on Romano cheese at Walmart, but they had Parmesan, and I know they sell like Parmesan Romano mixes and stuff. That one I asked ChatGPT, it says I can use Parmesan and it won't affect the flavor profile hardly at all. So we will do that, a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. All right, well, we'll take this Parmesan and I'm just gonna use this is like a zester, but I've been using it a lot to grate lately because it's just so easy. I feel it's easier than my box grater, but maybe not. So a 1/4 cup of that. All right, that's a 1/4 cup. And that goes in, here, wait, I'll show it to you guys this time. Wow. I know we're gonna need garlic, and so I've got some cloves of garlic. Let me see, 3 of them, I think. 2, technically it's calling for 2 cloves of minced garlic. So that's what we're gonna do 3 because these are kind of small cloves. I don't know, are they big cloves? You guys let me know. You're the pros, I'm just the guy trying. I feel like I should show you what it looks like to actually join the kitchen market because it is a little complicated, like how to actually click the button. I could do like a screen share or something to show it in this video. So here's 3 cloves of garlic I'm just dicing up. Oh, also there's an app you can use to access it easier called District. If you download the District app, you'll see that you can follow Dave's Kitchen Market on there, and then you don't have to use your web browser. Then you don't have to type in anything. You just go download, that's only on iPhone right now. Download the app called District and then search up Dave's Kitchen Market. That's where it's at. They're the ones who like host the website. They do all the back end payment processing, customer support, that sort of stuff for me, which is nice because I'm a one-man show here. All right, so we got diced up garlic. right, so I think this is where the magic happens. Time to actually prepare the dressing. Not the blessing, the dressing. Christmas is coming, you know? The blessing. Name that movie, guys. Comments down below. All right, so we're gonna take a bowl, and we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which I'm just going to measure in front of my face so I can see it. Is there carbs in this? No carbs, look at that. Woo, see, it's keto. A 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar. This is a brand new one, so I gotta open it up and then fill it up to a 1/4 cup. Like so. You ever do that, look at that, the water and oil trick where the oil goes to the top? Can you see it? Well, just trust me, it's cool even if you can't see it. So a 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar goes in there. 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. I do have a lemon here. I need to squeeze it. And I guess I will squeeze it, I don't know, over this thing. 1 tablespoon, oh, this is a good lemon. This lemon is squeezing good. Because that was only the small half. Get in there, not on the table. Well, there we go. I got it, but I got a seed in there. All right, add the tablespoon of lemon juice, fresh squozen. 2 garlic cloves, or 3 if you're crazy like me. Go in there. This is all our dressing. Oh, the salad is so good. My mouth is like watering just thinking about it. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Someone told me to just call it W sauce. What did I say, a tablespoon? I think, you know, this is where some of the magic, oh no, it's a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Really, only a teaspoon? I thought it'd be more. Oh, that's a 1/2 tablespoon. That's a teaspoon and a half, we'll just use that. Because I just want there to be more. So a teaspoon and a half of Worcestershire sauce. Then a teaspoon of dried oregano. They should really, you know, what's cool about it at the restaurant is they make this at the side of your table, like, you know, tableside guacamole at a Mexican restaurant. Although really, this whole thing is not supposed to be an ad for that restaurant, but it is a good salad, and I'm teaching you how to make it at home, so that's a win. That was a teaspoon of dried oregano that I just put in there. We then need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Can I just do it like this? Oh, that's gonna take forever, hold on. I got this one I can do. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Which I'm just gonna do this for a couple seconds because I think this is the only pepper I have right now. Now I wanna mix this in, or mix it all together. That's our dressing, as crazy as it seems. That's all there is to it. Now, they added some optional add-ins. They said you could add in roasted red peppers, which I'm not gonna do because I'm trying to stay true to the essential, like, this is a copycat. But if you really wanna go down the, like, ultimate keto feast path, I totally could see adding roasted red peppers, adding those olives we had out here earlier. It says you can also add anchovy fillets, which I'm gonna pass on too because yuck. It's really this simple, folks. We take our salad that we mixed together earlier and we pour all this dressing over it. I want it to get evenly dispersed, so maybe I'll mix that up. I'm just gonna grab some tongs. Do people use tongs when preparing a salad? And am I supposed to use the whole head of lettuce? I didn't actually think about that. Yes, it said the whole head, so we're good. So we're just mixing that in. I'm just concerned we won't have enough dressing, but I think we will. Mix it in, then add some more, like so. Look at me, guys, I'm making a salad. Are you proud of me? Tina is. I think I'm shocking her making a salad, but this salad is like, it's dinner. It's a whole dinner, it's amazing. You gotta try it, you really do. Even if you don't like ham, use turkey. I'm telling you the Swiss works, but if you hate Swiss, you could probably use American cheese or something, I don't know. I'm sure there's something else you could use. Let's add a little more of this. This is a big old serving too. Like you could feed a lot of people with this. This is exciting. I know you may not be excited, but I am excited. And it's pretty easy. So if you're okay with salad as a meal, honestly, like I bet if I just decided to eat this for every meal, I could lose some serious weight. Although I'm sure there's calories in it. There is calories. I think the most caloric thing, honestly, would probably be the olive oil. Yeah, that's a lot of olive oil. So if you ate this whole thing, you'd be eating thousands, probably 2,000 calories worth of olive oil. But here's the thing, you wouldn't want to eat the whole thing. When they serve this at the restaurant, they give you a small plate, and it's nice and filling. All right, here's the moment of truth. I am going to taste it and see if we successfully did a copycat recipe of the 1905 salad from the Columbia restaurant in Florida. Oh, it looks right. It looks right, folks. It looks real good. The ultimate feast salad. I will say, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get ChatGPT to really make this look good. I should probably try to get a good photo of it myself, which I never do. Look at that, how good does that look? Oh, I'm excited. Here, it's in this shot, maybe that'll look good. All right, let me get a fork, I wanna try it. Haha, moment of truth. Get a little bit of everything. That's a lot of tomato. I don't know if I want that much tomato. Let me cut it in half. All right, here we go. I want to get a little tomato. That's it. That's literally what it tastes like. I will say, I'm pretty sure they go a little heavier on the Parm or the Romano because I'm not tasting that as much as I normally do. You totally just take a little over the top like this. Let me try a little more now that I've got that extra Parm on there. That's a fantastic salad. Totally could eat that as a whole meal, and this would probably be enough to fill me, just this one plate. And you got all that left over. So you could feed like a family, or that could be your appetizer. I'm still eating it, I keep taking bites. Excellent salad, guys, you gotta try it. It's a copycat 1905 salad, or we're calling it the ultimate keto feast salad. I like that, I think that's gonna do well. If not, that's okay. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I got tons of great videos on this channel, and I love that you guys are here with me in the kitchen helping me cook, and we'll see you next time. Dave'sKitchenMarket.com